Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite cryptopreneurship show. My name is Paul, and today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin charts. Are we going into a bear market? Are we getting a Santa rally? We're going to be talking about altcoins, and we're going to be talking about Andrew Tate's fight with Chase Demore. Now, you might say, well, what does this have to do with crypto, Paul? Well, I mean, he's pretty big in crypto. We all know Andrew Tate. Some of us are fans, some of us hate him. And a lot of people started criticizing the fight. And yeah, suddenly everybody's a professional boxer now and knows what they're talking about. But we'll be covering it, we'll be talking about it. One thing I gotta ask you is, can you see me right now? Do you hear me? Because at this point, I'm not seeing this working on my side. So I'm not seeing this live stream work. And I'm a bit worried because I think YouTube has changed their settings. And I'm not seeing anybody here. So this is a bit of a problem here. I'm not sure if I should start or if I am making a mistake on this live stream. Interesting. I'm not seeing anybody here. So I'm seeing some hearts or someone. Okay, so there's some people here. Can somebody send a comment just so I can see that the comments are working? Yeah, okay, so people are seeing me, can hear us. Great, well, it's not showing up on YouTube. That's fine, they changed the whole thing. So if I show you what I'm seeing right now, this is what I'm seeing. Now I'm seeing chats come in. Okay, so it took a while. It took a while for this to work. Perfect. All right, so we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about altcoins. We'll be answering your questions. Please put any questions you have in the chat of any altcoins you want us to look at and do a technical overview to see the price, if you should be exiting, if you should be getting in, if we're in the range, and so on. And we'll get to that. And then I do want to talk about Andrew Tate's fight because I just saw it and I want to give my 2 cents, or should I say 2 Satoshis. So let's go straight to the Bitcoin. Oh, by the way, yes, before I even start, almost forgot. Eli Paul, thank you so much. Let me show you why I love it. Actually, you know what? Wait for me just 1 second. Bear with me just 1 second. I'm going inside because I have to show you this because Eli Paul did something amazing for me. I really appreciate them. I want to show you, and we'll get straight to the Bitcoin. Now, you could probably hear me while I'm going inside because I have a wireless microphone. So if you just give me 1 second, I do want to go get the package from inside so I can show you all. And I'm going to keep on talking like this so you don't sit in blank silence or in bare silence. Fortunately, I am Greek, which means I can talk forever. I have no problem just talking and talking with my hands, with my feet, with my voice, with everything. I have no problem because it's the Greek in me. But Eli Paul, which is sponsoring this live stream, by the way, sent me this for Christmas, okay? I did not ask for this. I didn't know they're going to send this, but they sent this for Christmas. I want to open it up. I took a peek inside, but I did not open up the package inside. So I'll be talking about this in a second. First, let's go to Bitcoin, because I know a lot of people want to know what's going on with Bitcoin. Then we'll go to Eli Paul. Then we'll go to altcoins. Then we'll talk about Andrew Tate with Chase... Chase, okay, my head just stopped there. My head just stopped. See, the Greek just left. The Greek just left and the British came in, and now I forgot the guy's name. Anyway, regardless, let's have a look at the Bitcoin charts here. So here's the Bitcoin charts. We're looking at the daily here. Give me a second. Let me just bring this up to par. I don't know why the charts look like this. Give me a second. What's going on here? No, you go down there. There you go. So, and look, the factor line here, we're looking at the factor line. It gave us an SFP buy signal right here, exactly where we were expecting it, right? Daily still red, but SFP buy signal. And look, we called this bottom over here, this higher low, perfectly. We also called this one down here. We're pretty good at getting tops and bottoms, guys. So we called this bottom over here. And it told us to sell. The factor line told us to sell at 94,000 and is telling us to buy if you're swing trading this within the range. So this is actually quite interesting. The range that the factor line is giving us is from 107,000 on the daily, mind you, all the way down to 80,000. 80,000 must hold, in my opinion. Otherwise, a revisit to 74,000 will get scary. And if that breaks, that's when we get into bear market. Because anything higher than 74,000, which is right here. Anything higher on the weekly is just another higher low. So far, so good, okay? And the bullish case scenario we're expecting, just so you guys can see from last time, is the left shoulder, the head, and we're anticipating a right shoulder around the 100 to 117,000, sorry, 100 to 110,000 level, sorry, 100 to 107,000 dollar level over here would give us a perfect heads and shoulders on the daily. But we want to see if we can break out and actually break out of 117,000 for continuation, maybe go for a double top up here. But this is what we're expecting, the very least, in my opinion. These are the probabilities. It's not 100%, obviously, but this is what I'm expecting or anticipating. Or you can call it hopium if you want, but we called the bottom. We did very well. I'm expecting a little bit more of a run before the end. I want to see a topping formation before this market ends. We have not seen a top yet. We have not seen a top to call for a bear market. Now, if 74K breaks, yes, it will be a bear market, more than likely, highly probability-wise, because that's when structure breaks. And for to reclaim that, extremely difficult. Now, let's go to the 4 hour, and I'm looking at this live with you guys. I did not look at this prior. And on the 4 hour, you can see it here clearly. Look, left shoulder, head. We're anticipating this move back to the right shoulder before the end. And the factor line, still red on the 4 hour here. I am seeing this bottom. If you know candlesticks, this is how, by the way, if you're wondering how I get these bottom calls, it's a combination of Western technical analysis, Eastern technical analysis, and management. Most people use Western technical analysis. Everybody out there and the mother uses Western technical analysis, although I have to argue a lot of people are very good at it. But everyone's using Western technical analysis. Less people are using management, and that's actually key. Without management, your risk-reward ratios, your stop losses, and so on, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you could call yourself a TA guy if you're not doing management or risk-reward ratio, stop losses, and so on. And the final one is Eastern technical analysis, which is your candlesticks. And most people do not use candlesticks or know how to use candlesticks, and that will gives me my edge, because I was trading candlesticks before I got into crypto in the Forex industry. So crypto candles are very different than Forex and stock candles, although they tend to be towards Forex side. And most people don't use them, underutilize them, or use them completely wrong. Even if you Google candlesticks right now, if you Google candlesticks right now, most of the information you get on Google is wrong. It's crazy, it's insane. So I was fortunate to learn candlesticks. My mentor gave me an $18,000 course from the person that actually brought candlesticks to the West, Steve Nissan, and that's where I studied and learned candlesticks. And what I did, I made a free masterclass for you that you can watch on candlesticks. Listen, there's a webinar, there's a masterclass, there's no sign up, nothing like that. There's no sign up, there's no emails, nothing. I'm gonna give value first. You'll see what I mean when you see the masterclass, or you could call it a mini course if you want. The link is in the chat, hopefully. Did I put it in the chat? I can't even remember. I did not put it in the chat. Let me quickly put it in the chat. It's completely free. And let me just take you straight to the masterclass. And you can watch the first video. There's no sign-ups, no emails. See if you like it first. And it's completely free. So give me a second. Let me just find this video. I have a webinar and I have a masterclass. I'm not sure which one I should give you. I'll give you the masterclass straight away. Actually, no, let me give you the webinar because it's more important, because there's other things in there as well. And then it goes into the masterclass anyway. So let me just copy this, and sorry about these. This is what happens in live streams. Control V. And look, it's about a good hour and a half, maybe more, if you want to watch these videos. But they're completely free, and these come from my paid course, but I'm giving it to you for free. So this is my Christmas present to you. No emails, no signups, no nothing. I'm just going to pin the message for you. Go watch that after you finish this live stream. It should be in the description down below as well. Now it's in the chat, so check it out. I'll put it in the chat in the comments after as well, after this live stream if you just joined us. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here on the 4 hour, let's go see the hourly. Is it gold yet? Just turned gold today, okay. So look, turned gold on the hourly, SFP buy signal. Let's see if it could break the top of this range and the top of this range here so we can go back into gold. But it has to break this here, look. This is the top of the range, sorry. Right here, this blue line, let's make it a different color so you can see. Let's make it white. It has to break the white line and make that support so it can come and test this green line at 110, potentially. There's some resistance before that. But this is what it needs to do on the hourly. Let's go back on the 4 hour. Now we'll have a clearer picture. There you go. So we have to break this white line of $93,000. And this is what we want to see. For it to break this line, it has to break the top of this range right under. So now we have a breakout range, and this is all in my course, by the way, but I'm not going to pitch you my course because the free masterclass is more important at this point, in my opinion, because it's free and it's a gift, so go take that. And look, it has to break this resistance range over here. If it breaks this resistance range over here, everything should do well. Altcoins want to fly. They're just waiting permission from Bitcoin in order for them to fly, if that makes sense. So let's talk about Altcoins, because Altcoins, my favorite wallet. Why? Because they're sponsoring and powering my videos. But it's also a great wallet. It's also a great wallet, and the proof is right here. Let me show you the proof that I'm not talking out of my butt. I don't want to say ass. Oh, there you go. Look, let me show you. This is important. So they actually sent me the Altcoins Titan 2, all right? Because they're sponsoring my videos, they give me the Altcoins Titan 2 to talk about it, right? Pretty standard. I'm already using it. I'm already using the Altcoins. This is an air gap wallet. This is an amazing wallet. And if you watch my videos, I also use, and it should have been right here on my desk, but it's not. I probably threw it inside my drawer. Yeah, there it is. My Altcoins card, which I take with me. So I got my thingamajiggy here. You put the card in here. You make your own private keys. Then you have your card. Then you use an app on your phone to scan this card to make a transaction so nobody can steal your money because it's in here. And if you lose this, you can make more with a machine. But if you lose that as well, then you have your private key because you actually created it and you can write it down. So there you go. So you can scan the code right here, or you can check out the links in the description down below for your Altcoins wallet. Again, I'm using it. I'm using Altcoins. I'm all in on Altcoins, especially after they did this, right? They did this. So let's open this up. And again, I know half of what's in here, not everything. First of all, they sent me a really cool card that's very thoughtful because there's a Christmas tree and presents. And they wrote this. This is really nice. Some advice. I'm a marketing guy. Altcoins, you know I love you and I respect you, and you know this. And I think I've proven this, even with videos that weren't sponsored. But something I'm going to recommend, handwrite these. I know you have a lot of people, but handwrite these. But or at least sign it, because it says Dear Paul. It's actually personalized. And I understand it's, I think it's a Chinese, or the company is based in Hong Kong. So maybe that's why. But at least sign it with your hand. I really think it would give more. This is just a marketing thing. I love marketing. I've been in sales, marketing, consumer psychology for over 25 years. And there's a little nuance. But I did not expect a card so good and so cool like this one. I think it's amazing. It can become a decoration it's going to become a decoration in my living room, by the way. Or even better. It's going to become a decoration. Can you see it here? Or here? It's going to become a decoration. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see it there? Maybe you can. Altcoins, you have now a place for the Christmas holidays on the Crypto Factors bookshelf. That's how much I appreciate you. Now, also these really cool stickers. These are actually awesome. I like the Bitcoin with the Santa Claus hat. That's my favorite one. I also like the reindeer because it looks like my dog. And this one here with the tongue coming out and the white, it's probably me. All right. Now, they sent me this. How cool is this? It's pop art, right? Almost Hidden the Monsters. And I'm just going to keep this. I'm just going to keep this sealed for now. It's sealed. It's original. It's got the seal on top. and it's got the question mark because you don't know what you get. So this could actually be a lot. It's the official thing right here. You can see it. So this is so cool. It's just so cool that Eddie Paul did this and was so thoughtful to put another gift and put it in a little box and everything. No one else has. No one else has done anything like this. No other wallet sent me anything for Christmas. And I really, really appreciate this. And they sent me this, which I'm going to open right now. So I don't know what this is. More than likely, it's a hardware wallet. And we're going to open it right now. So let's get the ridiculous, and we'll talk about altcoins. I'll answer your questions in the chat in a second, but let's make this episode Christmassy. And let's do a kind of unboxing. You need an over-the-head, over-the-top YouTuber knife, because no one uses normal knives, so I'm going to use this one as well. All right, and I'm really curious to see what this is. So this live stream just became into an unboxing live stream. I don't know why. It's too far, you can barely see it. We'll see, I'll put it, well, you can't see anything on that thing. There's some pudgy penguins up there as well, so. But let's just open this. We'll see what we'll do with this. All right, let me just, I'm really curious. I'm pretty sure it's a wallet, but it's a cold wallet. It says it on the side, because I'm blind. So it actually says cold wallet right here. So we know it's a cold wallet. The question is, which cold wallet is it? I'm trying to open this without getting the cover all screwed up. Okay, yes, it's the X card. So look, this is the X card, which is awesome. And I can vouch for that because I'm already using it. So this is pretty awesome. So now I can either use this as a separate wallet, give it for a gift, as well as the other one because I have so many wallets, or I can actually use the card in here to have two cards and have a backup card. So this is actually very awesome. I love it. I'm going to put it back in the box. And we'll be making videos about this pretty soon. So check out your Elipal wallet. I think they have some specials right now and discounts using my code. I'm also going to put this over here for now, and then we'll see later on. And how's the sound, by the way? Because I'm using this wireless mic lately, and it's pretty cool because I could go around and do shit in my room and, you know, go to the bathroom, take a leak while I'm talking to you. I don't know. I think it's pretty convenient. The only problem is if you forget it and you forget to end the live stream and then you go have sex. But I guess that would make some good views. Anyway, we'll see. Christmas special, guys. Christmas special. Talking about sex on Christmas. Anyway, so sound is fine. Awesome. Great. So let's have a look at altcoins. So let's start with the crypto bubbles here. And as you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB, the only one green on the day. On the hourly, we're seeing a bounce. We saw that on Bitcoin as well. Let's go to the weekly. And on the weekly, we're seeing Uni, which we called a while ago, and Zcash doing good. Everything's low, but everything seems like they're trying to bounce, and they've kind of made a bottom formation. And basically, altcoins are waiting for permission from Bitcoin to run, in my opinion. That's what's going on with the altcoins. Let's go to our favorites real quick. This is the rest of our positions, by the way. Some of them we don't even hold no more, to be quite honest with you. I can't remember if I'm still holding Avant. I know I'm not holding this AIOs anymore. We got out of this for a while. It does look like it might be bottoming here, but let's just take it out of favorites because it's not in our portfolio anymore. Some of this is also nodes, so we're having them anyway. Let's go back to our altcoins, alt season. I'm not gonna fake or front Uniswap. I actually had to get out of it. So I'm gonna put it in my watch list. I had to get out of it because I had to take profits and pay for some shit. And unfortunately, I sold that at a loss. But I had to. We're also out of nothing. We're in everything like this. I'm thinking about getting out of cooking, getting more into virtuals or other coins. We'll see. We got out of Railblock and got more into Zcash, by the way, as well. And we did minimize our cookie exposure into Zcash, but we're out of ZK because I got fucking liquidated. Not that I don't think it's good, but I did get back into Aero when I saw Uniswap run. So I'm not being, I like being very transparent with everybody. So you know what I'm holding And all sponsors are called and disclosed in videos. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor by any means. Gotta say that. Let me just put it up on screen as well, real quick. Because moving forward, things are getting a lot more strict in Europe, and now you're not just saying that. Now you have to say that, even if you're out of if you're in Europe or even in Dubai, you got to say that right now, in my opinion, because you never know how things change. So with that said, let's have a look at some of your questions in the chat and some of your altcoins. $25 of you watching right now. I would love if I got some likes from you guys. It would really help out a lot if you gave me some likes, just to support. There's 11 likes. I would really like to get those up to 20. Oh my God, I'm begging for likes. I'm becoming a YouTuber every day. All right, so let's have a look at your questions here. People saying, hi, what's up everyone? At first we couldn't comment to subscribers only, even though we are subs, but you can comment now, so that's good. They made an update. They made an update to Studio. It's very different. Look at it. This is what it looks like now. Oh, so let's not show that to everybody again. Not that anything would happen, but somebody could live stream on my channel. So I gotta change my. Now you can't do anything, but later on I have to change my my stream URLs because I'm a fucking moron. And I'm so fucking smart. I just told you what you can do. But anyway, regardless, can they? Can you? I think I could change this, right? Yeah, I could change this, no problem. All right, so yeah, it's fine. It's all good. So let me just do that real quick. All right, cool. So let's, oh my God, I'm a pro. Fucking hell, YouTube, think when you make me, all right, it's my fault. Let's be honest. I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Mo. Really appreciate it. Aster and Pengu. Let's do that. Let's have a look at Aster and Pengu because Pengu hasn't been looking too good to be honest with you. I was actually looking at myself, and I was right to take a lot of. I was right to like de-risk and get out of Pengu for a while. Now, real quick for Pengu, I'm just going to look on CoinMarketCap, and we're looking like this rise, this downfall, this rise. This was the big help and handle which failed, and now we're going down. Look. We need to bounce right now. If we don't bounce right now, I'd get out. I'd get out and get into something else, right? Just glimpsing on the old chart. Let's go to the yearly. Yeah, like if this breaks any lower than here, I mean, you don't want to hold it down here or even lower. You want to get out. Even though I love Pengu, I got 2 Pengus in the back. This does not look good. We need to reclaim at least on the monthly 1 cent. Let's reclaim 1 cent, guys. All right. I wouldn't look to get into Pengu in any shape, means, or form right now. I would even argue to get out if this doesn't flip fast. Okay. As for Aster, I want to look at it a little bit more in depth because I actually have a big position in Aster, bigger than Pengu. So let's see if it's on the factor line real quick, which it is. And we did do some analysis on it a while ago. And from what I remember, there you go. See, look at that. So this is the 4 hour. So we had this range. And we said that, look, it came down here. This was an SFP buy, told you to buy. And I said that it has to hold this range. If it breaks down below this range, you have to sell. If you sold, great. I did not. I de-risked before, of course, over here. But I did not. And I'm actually in a loss right now compared to before. And right now it's making this range. So now it's easy. We have to hold this range. If it breaks under this, it's a problem. So it has to break above this range over here. The factor line pretty much gives you the range. Factor line is great. You can see it in the description down below. I'm not going to talk about it right now because I think you should get the free webinar or masterclass. That's in the links down below and in the chat. Open it up in another tab. It's a video, there's no sign up. It's video, no sign ups whatsoever. And then I think there's a sign up optionally for you to continue if you want to go further, but it's completely free. Completely free. and there's a lot of value in the few emails that you get after that, but it's completely free. You can start watching, get value, start making money right now. And at the end of the masterclass, at the very end, after an hour and a half, 2 hours of free content, I ask you if you want to buy the factor line. That's it. That's a whole gimmick right there, right? You go into the list, you get the free information, you get the free masterclass. At the very end, once you get value, even if you get to the end, which I recommend you do, most people won't. And once you get to the end, I'll be like, hey, I also have this course. And that's the pitch. It's even shorter than this, right? So I have the course and I have the factor line. If you want, sign up. That's it. Like, I mean, yeah, that's the whole scam. Which is not really a scam, I mean, but you know what I mean. People will call it a scam anyway. So yeah, with Aster, that's what I recommend. I don't think we should look into it any more deeper because the 4 hour just gave us everything we needed to know. Hello, Paul, how are you doing? I'm good. La, 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 la. Thank you for the link. Thank you very much. Please look at Ethereum and Turbo. I'll look at Ethereum. Turbo was probably going to shit. So Turbo, Turbo, I'll be fair. I'll look at it on crypto. I'll look at it on CoinMarketCap for Turbo. You're asking for 2 coins, you get 1, right? So CoinMarketCap, oh, that's actually quite interesting. Guys, Turbo, I did not expect that. So don't think I'm going crazy as if it's great or anything like that. But this level here needs to hold. The reason why it's very clear chart. So 0.0013 needs to hold. If that breaks, yeah, I would say no, I take that back. If 0.0016 breaks, I'd get the hell out. But it looks like it might be bouncing. Let's go to weekly. Yeah, let's see what happens. It's an interesting chart. It's interesting. It could be. I'm not sure. It could be a good risk play, but you want it to break 18, 0.0018, whatever, and you don't want it to get lower than 0.0016. That's what's going on with Turbo, in my opinion. Generally speaking, I'm shying away from meme coins right now. I'm only holding what I'm holding. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. As for Ethereum, we can look at that on the factor line. I think we did it the other day. Yeah. So this is our call on the 4 hour. And I think we're down here. And I said we either need to come up. Let me see. How did we make, did we have a bigger TA on the daily? Yeah. So the daily looks better. So look, on the daily, I said we have a range and we're looking at this range, this big like circle. And I'm saying Ethereum's looking good, but it needs to break above this green line, which is the middle of the range of the factor line gave us. And then it has to break this resistance. But the actual resistance is the top of this range at 3,563. That breaks, it's already above the previous range in that case, and we can look for more potential upside. So that's what I'm looking at Ethereum. And if it breaks below this range of 2,632, that's shitty, you gotta get out. It will probably come into a bear market over here and come lower and stay down there prolonged. So that's why I'm looking at Ethereum on the daily. The 4 hour pretty much just confirms that. But there is strong support because of the previous top range over here. Again, the factor line and I work a lot in ranges, especially since the factor line is built out of the way I trade. That's why the ranges are there. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at with Ethereum. Let's see what else we have. Can we have a bull rally in the beginning of 2026? Or will it be a bear market? We have to watch the range. It will be a bear market if we break below 74,000, which breaks structure. We can see an altcoin rally. I don't think we're going to see a bull market, but it's very possible. We don't know. Some sort of rally maybe until maybe February, March. Very possible. especially for altcoins. But I'm going to stick by the 4-year cycle until proven otherwise. See, I'm not calling bull market. I'm just saying we're not in a bear market yet, and I'm expecting one more run until proven otherwise. Again, we don't need to understand or guess correctly. We just need to play the ranges. And when it breaks out on different ranges, or depending on where it breaks out from the range, that's when we move in. And the bottom range we are in right now is perfect, because it was a simple buy at 80,000. I mean, I told everyone, I was shouting at everyone that it's a bottom formation. And now we're in a range, and we just have to watch this range and see where it breaks. So we're in a very good position, if that makes sense. So there's still a possibility of a selective alt season. Yes, there is. Definitely. It's too far, barely see it. Yeah, okay, that's the thing. Yeah, sounds fine. Didn't we say that before Bitcoin ran last year? Didn't we say what exactly before Bitcoin ran last year? Last year I was calling for a shorter bull market, and then I said when Trump came out, I said we're expecting a dump Trump, but I'm expecting for the top to come in at the end of 2025, beginning 2026, and changed my projection. Back then it was because I also predicted that Bitcoin will go to all-time highs before the halving, which it did. I predicted the AI run, which it did, and then with all the altcoins and everything that was going on, I was shouting to take profits in December. If you remember, from altcoins into Bitcoin, I was saying it's going to be a Bitcoin run, or if anything moves, it's going to be Bitcoin, which it did. And now I am saying this because yes, we change according to the charts. The difference between this channel though and other channels is we look at long-term time frames, monthlies, and so on. We're more of swing traders rather than day traders, so we don't change our minds every single day, and we make bigger moves. We call bigger moves better. Look, I'm not a good day trader. I'm not. I know how to day trade, but I'm not a very good day trader. That's not where my advantage is. My advantage is in swing trading and long-term projections, right? And range trading. So when you learn technical analysis, once you learn Eastern, Western technical analysis, including management, you will see that you are better at different types of technical analysis, kind of like martial arts. You're better at different types of martial arts. So, and we'll get to Andrew Tate later on, because he can box, but he's not the best boxer. He's a very good kickboxer, and it's a different martial art. And if you're on the street, you're going to use the martial art to your advantage, right? So you have to understand there's a very big difference. I mean, I do Muay Thai, I do kickboxing, and I did a little bit of boxing. And I'm better with my hands, but I do Muay Thai. Now, a lot of people don't know that Muay Thai actually has 5 styles, and you can also combine them. So you have technical, you have people that use more knees, more feet, and so on. I use more punching in my Muay Thai. I lean forward. So my weight is a little bit more to my forward foot. Other people would be, so in Muay Thai, for example, right? You have your stance, you'd be like this, right? And you're mostly on your back leg, and you just use your front leg for kicks. You would block with your front leg, and you'd use your back, you'd use back for your power moves, but you're mostly on your front, like you do your taps, you do your knees, and so on. Me, I'm mostly my forward foot. I'm balanced, and I'm mostly forward because I'm aggressive with my hands. So it all depends on your style. And sometimes it's very hard to forget the style you've learned. Like, for example, in Muay Thai, when you step to the right, look, I just did it again by accident. I put my hand here when I step to the side because I'm used to blocking up here, right? And then maybe I'll come in and go for a hook. Whilst that's wrong in Muay Thai, or at least you're not supposed to do that in Muay Thai. So a lot of my training, and I'm training with the world champion of the world, not Greece, Kaponis, the Diamond Kaponis is my personal trainer, plus one of his teachers. Also very good at fighting, and they're my I do personal one-on-ones. I don't do group sessions, and we spar all day, so all the time. So it's very different. Sorry, I mean I'm on the pads all the time because I'm trying to de-learn what I learned. So we'll talk about it later when we talk about Tate, because I have a few. I told you I have a few opinions on that. But yeah, like, where was I? Yeah, so yeah, whatever I was talking about. Thoughts on Tau. Let's have a look at Tau on the factor line, actually. I'm not in Tau. We got out a long time ago, but I did say that it's very powerful, and if you're in an AI, Tau is one to be in. Tau's on a not doing good right now. So I wouldn't be in Tau. Like as soon as it broke under this range over here, that's like, okay, so SFP told you to buy here. It went up and told you to sell here. It also told you to buy here. But right now, it does not look good. This has to come up and break some sort of range. I would not get in until it breaks. See this double top over here? Look how this fucking plays out. Look at this beautiful level, this bottom over here, double top, and then it just meets different. I went a bit too high. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, so if you take this line, which is interesting because if you get the bottom here as well, look at the it's pretty much the same as the factor line range it's called. So yeah, this is even more powerful. So until it breaks above here, I'm not even looking at it. Once it breaks above this resistance over here, then I can look at it. But until then, I'm not looking at it. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Oh yeah. No, it's too close, didn't recover. No, I wouldn't even get into it until it breaks this. And it has a lot of proving to do. And then even when it does that, there's a lot of resistance up here. Okay, a bit diagonally there. Yeah, so you have to, we have to see how, I wouldn't get into it right now. This is just me. Let's look at the hourly. The hourly is telling you to buy here in this small range. So this is actually, if you are in Tau, I wouldn't sell right now. And if you want to buy Tau, in my opinion, your stop loss is somewhere around here, under this range and under these two SFP buys, trying to tell you to do a swing trade over here. Let's see if that plays out. But yeah, that's just my 2 satoshis. Again, my own opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Watch the webinar. All right, the one coin I'm struggling to keep that's down is POL. Paul, I don't know why you would even hold Paul. I mean, I told you to get out a long time ago, and there's no even point to look at that right now. It had a good narrative. Everybody was saying it's going to run with gaming. Gaming didn't run. I wouldn't bother with it right now. I wouldn't even look at it. I think we are getting kicked off the chart for a little bit. Says subscribers only mode. We have to leave and come back in. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, it's a new, it's a YouTube thing because I did not do that, or at least I don't remember doing that. But the stream is excellent, so that's a good thing, I guess. But there's nothing I can do about it right now. But please like the video for support. I would really, really appreciate the like. I need. So it's all about liking and hyping, and I'm not getting enough of them, even though I have a lot of engaged subscribers and real subscribers, unlike most other channels. Because I don't pay for likes, I don't pay for bots and stuff like that, I don't get a lot of views, and all views are down throughout the whole of crypto YouTube and YouTube right now, ever since the 10th of October, which is funny because that's also when the markets dropped. There's a lot of views are down, and the ones that are not down are people that are paying for views, by the way. So it's very funny because every single YouTube channel is down in views on desktop, but the ones that are not, they're the ones that are paying for views. It's simple. So they don't care because they get money from sponsors, because sponsors are dumb enough to actually give it to them because they think they have real subscribers. But generally speaking, please like this video. And if you ever see a hype button, the biggest gift you can do to me, for me and my channel, is just to hype the video. It's free. It's just saying that you like this kind of content. So if you ever see hype under my video, please, please hype it. I think you can do 3 a week. I would really, really appreciate it, really. And if there's no hype button, please hit the like button, and I would really appreciate it. That's my Christmas gift. If you're wondering what you can get me for Christmas, I'm giving you a webinar. If you're wondering what you can get me, hit the like button or hype button. Okay? All right. BJ, my man. Hey, Paul, do you have time to look at HBAR? Of course, I'll look at for HBAR for you. Also, do you think 2K tariff checks? I don't look at news. Don't give a shit for news. It's short term, if anything. It can be volatile for price, but I've proven time again, M2 doesn't matter. Oh my God, M2 is going up. Bitcoin's going to go. We went down to shit. Altcoins as well. We're going to have an altcoins because of M2, went to shit. FOMC, when they cut rates, we're going to have a... I was saying to you, stop looking at that shit. You didn't listen. It was going down. Stop looking at news. There's news for the masses. There's news for the classes. We only get the news for the classes. The news does not matter. Every time something, if the market goes up, everyone goes to see why on the news. If the market goes down, everybody then goes to see why it went down on the news, right? It doesn't, it's support resistance. The charts will show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. Stop looking at news. This is why everyone's getting wrecked. They're getting wrecked because they're looking at news. But that said, I will have a look. It can help psychologically. But seriously, do you really think that everybody that got $2,000 last time, they all bought crypto with it? Where do people get this shit from? Like, it was timing them. Oh, God. All right. Everyone that got $2,000 check in America. Yeah, everybody in the ghettos. Everybody that didn't have the crypto up to then suddenly all went, oh, let's get into crypto. And it pumped up all the way to all-time highs because of $2,000 per person. Come on, dude. Come on. No way. Let's have a look at H-bar. I still have to talk about the Tate fight. I'm going to do H-bar, and then I'm going to talk about the Tate fight. Because it's in the title, so I have to talk about it. All right, so looking at H-bar. On the hourly, it's gold. I told you to buy right here. Your stop loss is under here. Very easy stop loss. So wait. Your stop loss is around, I would say, under 1 cent, under 10 cents psychological. I would say your stop loss is somewhere around here, in my opinion. Let's confirm that on the 4 hour. Maybe at the, yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Let's look at it on the daily. All right, so that's your stop loss. What you need to do though, and I drew this in the past for a reason, is get back above this range over here. You have massive resistance over here. So what you need to do, what we need for H-bar, if I was going to get into H-bar, it has to do this, and I would come in anticipating this breakout. Otherwise, I wouldn't get in when it comes to H-bar. That's just my 2 Satoshis. Again, my opinion, the way I trade, my style of trading. But yeah, that's what I'd wait for. And then from there on, we'll see. We'll take it from there. But yeah, from then on, at least has a chance to come up here, get back into this previous range over here and so on, if that makes sense. Paul, can you look at Bitcoin H by Hedera? I've never heard of it, but I will in 1 second. Bill, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you, man. A low cap called only because I went up a lot to election. Okay, so Henry's talking about... Okay. Look at AIOs. I'm not in AIOs. I'm going to look at, and then after Bill's super chat message, I'm going to talk about Tate a little bit, then we'll look at the rest. But I'm out of AIOs for a while. But let's see what it's doing on the factor line real quick. Now, I'm looking at all these compared to USDT. You want to be looking at it against Bitcoin as well. Well, we're not going to do that today because it has to make sense against Bitcoin. Look at AIOs is just shit, dude. As soon as it broke under this range over here, especially, you're out. You're not getting back in until this breaks to the upside, becomes support. Right? Let's look at it on the 4 hour real quick. It looks like shit. This is your range. This has to break and become support. So you're looking at your best case scenario is this to come up here and be something like this. But dude, this is like, this doesn't hold, you're fucked. Sorry for my language. Yeah. Your next support is down here. And if that breaks, oh wow, we're already under that. I would stay out. So it's supporting what? This one candle over here? Yeah. This is your support. Right? This thing right here. I would stay out of this. Unless there's some sort of miracle and it breaks into this range over here, I would stay out. Because you have to understand that this could easily just come up here, resistance, and then just stay down here fucking throughout the bear market. And then if it survives, you're lucky, right? So yeah, I got out for a reason. Glad I did. Let's look at Hedera real quick. That should be H bar if I'm not mistaken. H bar. H bar, we looked at it quite recently. H bar needs to get above this white line. That's it. It needs to get above this white line. If this white line becomes support, great. If not, this is your exit right here. If this white line under here, let's make it a different line. Let's make it a red line. If this red line breaks, you're out. Sorry. If this red line breaks, you're in a lot of trouble. Your stop loss is under this red line over here, so very close to where the price is now. So I would not get in unless we do something like this and we get back into this range on top of this orange line over here. So we quite recently did H bar. So let's talk a little bit about Andrew Tate because I'm getting pissed off. And it's a good time to talk about it right now because essentially the super chat, I can very easily find where the chat ends, right? So I saw Andrew Tate's fight and against Chase Delore. And everyone's talking shit about Andrew Tate. About, oh my God, he's not a very good fighter and this and that. First of all, I'm not even going to talk about him being 40 years old. All right? I'm going to talk about him not fighting for 5 years. But even worse than that, he's not a boxer. He's a kickboxer. He got into a boxing ring. And the truth is, boxing is very different than kickboxing. All right? Not only that, he got into a fight with a guy with 20 years younger than him that is experienced in boxing. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying he's experienced. He's been in the boxing ring. And the one thing that made Tate lose is his stamina. And if you notice, the guy was using his weight, holding his hands down, hugging him. That is so fucking tiring. You know what pad works is? Like just pads, just boxing in pads. Forget the footwork. Sometimes I just do hands only until for 40 minutes. And then we do legs at the end in Muay Thai. I am dead after 10 minutes. The lactic acid up here, it just hurts your hands. You can't lift them up. You can't throw punches. In the beginning, it's like boom, boom. It sounds like shotguns, like shotgun shots. But after a while, you're like a bitch. You see it with boxing too. So Andrew Tate lasted a good while in that ring. And he won the first and second round and maybe the fifth. He lost the third, the fourth, and the sixth. And if this fight kept on going, I think that Chase would have won, regardless. And he did win. And this is not to support Andrew Tate, but he's a kickboxer. Now we have all these morons that think they know what they're talking about. It reminds me of XRP army people and people in crypto that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Suddenly they go, oh, see, he can't fight. First of all, he'd kick your ass. He would definitely beat the shit out of you and wipe the floor with your face, right? Second of all, most of these people never been in a boxing ring talking about, look, he can't fight and ha ha ha. Shut up, dude. You get in the boxing ring. Do you have any idea what it's like? It's not the boxing. It's not the punching. That's not the problem. It's the stamina. And the older you get, you don't lose your strength or speed. He had tremendous speed, by the way. Until he got tired, his speed was just epic. But what he was really, the problem that he probably had, in my opinion, from what I saw and what I understand, is as you get older, you don't lose strength or power that much if you train. You lose reflexes. And that's when he started getting tired, he couldn't like reflex. And I know because I'm 48 years old. I am 48 years old. If I fight a 25, 30-year-old that can fight, I'm a dead man. If I fight a 40-year-old that can fight, I'm a dead man in the ring. I won't be able to last. I know how much, because I know what it's like in the ring. I've been in the ring. Now on the street, it's a whole different game because there's different moves you can use. Tate could use kickboxing. There's knees involved. We do a lot of elbows, like, you know what I mean? There's a move in Muay Thai that says put the flower behind your ear. It's like and then you just move forward and boom, and you hit him up, right? It's very different. And it's very different fighting a boxer in a ring that has a lot to do. It's more strategy and experience than what it is. And there's skill involved as well, but it's so much more. Like, you have no idea. Unless you get into boxing and you start sparring, you start fighting, you will never understand it. So I don't know what the fuck these guys are on thinking they can fight. And most of them are happy because they'd never be able to fight themselves. But Tate looked very respectable. And he's not a boxer. If he could, he was what, preparing for 4 months for this fight? If he continues, I think he'll be very good. And I think he has a lot more to do. He can do a lot more if he wanted to. But the truth is, age is not on his side. But I think he could, if he trained like he used to train, this was a kickboxing match, obviously he'd win. But he was fighting in a skill that it wasn't his. You have to understand that. If this was MMA, where he could use kicks, he probably would have won, right? Anyway, big respect to Andrew Tate. I might start getting in the ring myself. Now, I'm 48, almost 50 years old. But I just stopped, and this is good news by my health, by the way. I just stopped taking blood thinners. So before there was a problem, if I got into the ring and got hit, even in sparring, even like, it was a problem because I was on blood thinners. And this could cause internal bleeding and so on. But now I stopped blood thinners. So now I can get hit. So I'm actually thinking about fighting. I'm probably not going to go competition or anything like that. I'm way too old. And I wasn't really a champion or anything. I was intermediate, right? I was intermediate. I used to teach a little bit of beginners. I'm not that good. But I definitely want to get in for the experience. And I wish Tate won for the same reason that I wished that Mike Tyson won. Was because once you get older, you don't want to say that you're old. Because you don't feel old until you get in the ring. Or until you hit the pads. And in the morning when you wake up, anybody that's my age, like 40 years old here, right? They understand that every day we wake up, we discover a new muscle with a new pain in our body we didn't even know existed. That's like, you feel pains like, what the fuck is that? My upper leg? my inner knee? Like, I never knew I had one of those. And you just wake up with a new pain and you're getting out of bed, you're like, I remember when I used to jump up, I used to not sleep, go to work. That doesn't happen after 40, and it doesn't happen after 48. After you've been cancer-free fucking times and got 2 bone marrow transplants. I'm happy I'm the way I am. So, but yeah, I would definitely consider going amateur or intermediate just for fun and just for health reasons and just, for my personal ego. And I don't mind losing. And again, losing in the ring does not mean you're losing a street fight and vice versa. Okay? A street fighter will lose in a boxing ring, but even if it's a better fighter, just because of the experience the boxer has in the ring, but a boxer could lose in a street fight at the same time. It depends on whose territory you're in, right? So that's what I wanted to say about Andrew Tate. Tate destroyed his condition due to smoking cigars. Yeah, that's true. That is also true, but he's also 40 years old, Mo. He's 40 years old and he's not a boxer. It's very different, dude. Efraisto, you're very welcome, man. Paul, Canton Network has been on fire. Okay, good, because we call that very well. I forgot all about that. I'm also holding that. Laughing my ass off. I love that you don't look at a news rant. I need a reminder of things that are considered news. Watch the webinar. Watch the webinar. Watch the webinar that I put in the chat. It goes through busting 3 large myths and then talks about candlesticks. Gives you a free masterclass on candlesticks and teaches you how to use candlesticks for crypto specifically. And talks about shit. Just watch it. It's the most important thing you can watch this year, in my opinion. Can you comment on Solana and BNB? Let's have a look at Solana. Looking at our previous charts, we held the bottom. We expected this range to hold. We need to break this range over here. See, like I was expecting this to come down, which it did. We came up. We need this to break so we can continue to the upside. Until this range breaks, I wouldn't even look at Solana. But we made this, it was a pretty good call on our side. I also told you to get out if this breaks down to the downside here. It did. We got out. So good stuff there. And what was the other one? BNB. Interesting. Oops. USDT. If you're all wondering what chart I'm using, what indicator I'm using, look at the factor line with the course in the description down below. BNB probably looks like one of the strongest plays here. I know it's red on the daily, but it's well within the range bouncing up. We needed to break the middle of the range of $905. BNB is actually a good play. Let's have a look at the 4-hour real quick. Give me a second. This is interesting. Yeah, look at this. So the factor line, and the trend stacker here is neutral. The factor line just told you to buy BNB for a play up to this range, probably. And once this breaks, that's the breakout. So what you're doing, so it told you to buy here as well. You're buying here. This is what your play is. If you're a swing trader, short-term swing or day trader, you're buying right now and you're taking profits here. And then once it comes down and it breaks, this is where you can buy the breakout with your stop loss under the top of the range here. Or if it comes down and breaks this SFP point here, that's your stop loss, you should get out. Although your real out is if this bottom of the range becomes resistance over here. So it's a very simple play. So if I was gonna trade something right now, it would be BNB. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Good call. What do you think of Fetch? We got out a long time ago, it's dying. No, it's dying, Shah. I told you a long time ago when you were in the group as well. You just didn't want to listen, and you just kept it like I was telling you not to. I told everyone in the group to get out of Fetch, by the way. Multiple times, man. It looks like shit. I'll look at it just because it's you, but... Dude. Let's see this. I was saying best case scenario would come like this and go down, but we just went down. This held. If this breaks, get the fuck out. If you're still holding right now, you might as well, I'd get out, to be honest with you. This looks like it's gonna do this. I mean, I wouldn't stay in it. This is like, look at this. It's too close to this as well. I mean, I got out of my position. But guy, just get out of Fetch, get into something else at this point. And then if we have an AI run, get back in. You'll have time. Because this does not look good, bro. It has to at least get back into this range for me to be interested. That's why I drew this here. If it goes into this range, we could continue in this range for a while and then wait for the breakout to buy. But this does not look like it's going to do that. It's probably going to break down to the lows here. Weekly, it's completely red. It's about to break down. So yeah, I'd get it. Look, the weekly is about to break down here. I don't know why you're still in fetch, dude. Factor line told you to get out up here. Hi, Paul. Can you take a fast look at Cubic? It did nothing this cycle. So why are you in it? And why are you in DCA? Why are you DCAing coins that are not doing anything this cycle? Why? Why do people do this, dude? I'm not shouting at you, by the way. I'm trying to help you here. Listen. You have to think of business like dresses. Let me give everybody some alpha here, okay? This is very important. I'll make it fast. I'll make this very fast. But this is extremely important for you to understand this. And if you don't understand this, you'll never make it in crypto or anything else. Pick my nose. All right, let me show you something real quick, because this is very important. All right. And this is not only for Cubic, it's for any coin, right, that's doing shit this year. See, when you think of crypto, you have to think of it like a business. So imagine you had a shop and you sold dresses. So it's a clothes shop, basically specializing, niching down in dresses. And you had red dresses, you had green dresses, sorry, my spelling here, green dresses, and you had yellow dresses. All right? Now, let's say the distributor comes one day and he says, you know what, we have a discount on green dresses of 20%. So you're like, okay, I'll buy green dresses this month. So you buy more green dresses, less red and less yellow dresses. But then the next month after, no one's buying these dresses, but then it goes down even more and it gives you, okay, guess what, we have another 25% off. So you buy more green dresses. And then you buy another, then it goes down, it comes back the next month and says, you know what, now we have 30% off or 50% off, right? And you keep on buying these dresses. What are you gonna do, have a shop full of green dresses when everybody wants red dresses and maybe a little bit less yellow dresses? You're buying the shit out of green dresses that nobody wants. You have a shop full of green dresses. Everybody wants red dresses. Now you don't have capital to buy red dresses because of opportunity cost, because it's in here, and you're basically getting yourself wrecked in the store because you're trying to buy what's cheap, and it's basically like buying the dip. You keep on buying the dip of green dresses, and while the red dresses are trending, everybody wants the red dress. Everyone wants Bitcoin, for example, or whatever other coin, XRP, but whatever other coin there is out there, right? And you're buying the green dress because you know what, it's cheap and it's not going up in price, so I'm just gonna keep on buying this and dollar cost average into this while everybody else is doing shit over here. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Wait for the green dresses to come into trend. You bought the dip once, twice, 3 times, 5 times, you dollar cost average, for fuck's sake, into it, right? Congratulations, you're poor. I'm not saying you're poor, but you know what I mean. And essentially, you're just keep on buying the dip into oblivion. Stop. Start buying some red dresses, possibly some yellow dresses, and wait for the trend to come back for green dresses. And once it does, you already have a stockpile of it. Think of it like a business. You have to think about trading like a business, right? So stop buying green dresses. Stop it. It's not going to work. Stop buying the dip into oblivion. First of all, DCA, it's stupid. It's dumb. I've made multiple videos about it. DCA only makes sense for Bitcoin. That's it. And only swing, IDSA, dollar swing average, meaning you buy the swings. If you were buying the swings, you wouldn't be spending all this money every month DCAing on crap. You would have bought it once, maybe twice, and then you'd have money left over to buy other stuff, right? Or other investments, maybe out of crypto completely. Why do you keep on buying things that are shit? It's not doing, you said it yourself in your question. It's doing nothing this year, so why are you buying it? You really need to take my course. You really need the Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor course. You really do. And if not, if you can't afford it, I get it. Don't. Go learn candlesticks. Go watch the free webinar in the chat, somewhere in the chat at the top. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's also in the description down below. Go watch the free webinar. Watch the free masterclass after that. There's no sign up. There's no emails, nothing like that. Watch it, learn, start making money so you can buy my course because you're gonna get wrecked, dude. It's the best advice I can give you. The best advice I can give you. Okay, someone is correcting me. It is Demore, not Delore. Okay, so Tate has a much more recognizable brand. You'll probably know him from now on, now that he won. Is 10 years younger, not 20. Huge difference. It's a huge difference the younger and older you get, how old you are, what 10 years can do. Okay? 10 years younger, when I was 30, dude, you have no idea. I used to walk and my abs used to show through my shirt. You have more testosterone, you have more power, you have so much more things going for you. Even if you take TRT, it's not the same thing. I'm on TRT now. It's not the same thing. 30 years old compared to 40 is huge. 40 compared to 50 is even bigger, right? If you were, let me show you, let me teach you the difference here because it's only 10 years. Okay. If you put a 20-year-old to fight with a 10-year-old, you see the difference? 10 years is, 5 years is huge. It's a big difference, right? Keep that in mind. Paul, it's not about what we do, it's about his brand. He's got a big mouth and all the top G things is a scam. It's not a scam because he's a multimillionaire and almost a billionaire. It's just that there's people that can do it and people that can't do it. I personally admit that I can't do it and cannot get to his level, and I'm okay with that, and I know he's better at doing things than I am. It's not a scam just because he's got a big mouth and knows marketing and branding. Also, do you think you? I'm not attacking you. You're one of my subscribers. I want to debate this. Do you think you could beat him? I can't beat him. And I know Muay Thai. I know kickboxing. I've boxed a little bit. I'm a former bodyguard and a bouncer at clubs, and I can't beat him. You don't need to be a boxer to see the fight was a joke. The fight was not a joke. It just wasn't the best fight in the world. And again, if you're not in the ring and you're not feeling the tension and how tired you are, you will never understand it. Those gloves get extremely heavy fast. So let me give you an example. I don't know if you can still hear me because I think something happened to the internet. I'm not sure if something happened to the... Am I still live? I think I'm live now. Okay, I think something happened to the internet. If you hold your hand out here like this, let's say you hold your hand out here. I could hold my hand out here a long time, maybe for hours. I can leave it a little bit like this as well. I can hold it up a long time. Okay, now let me show you something. Now hold it up. This is not even that heavy. Already I'm starting to feel it right here, right? So already my arm is starting to feel it right here, right in the shoulder. This is not easy, all right? This gets very tiring. Now imagine you're here, right? Your hands you get pushed down in those hugs, you get pushed down. It gets so fucking tiring. You can't possibly imagine how tiring it gets. All right? It gets tiring fast. It feels like rocks. Those gloves, they're heavy. They're heavy. Have you ever seen gloves? Let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. You could probably still hear me. So let me show you something. I don't know if you did boxing or fought or anything like that. And I don't know what ounces they played with, but they come in different ounces depending on the fight style or rule set or whatever. These are the gloves. This is not light, all right? So these are F1 gloves, okay? This is more Muay Thai, but still. These are your gloves, you got the padding underneath as well. This is what you're doing, this is what you're holding up. And you're getting hit all the time like this. And your hand's up, and you're getting hit, and you're blocking, whatever, right? In boxing it's a bit different, in Muay Thai it's a bit different. This gets so tiring. This gets so tiring, and you're fucking punching, right? Do this for 3 minutes. like this. Just do it for 3 minutes. Seriously. What I'm doing now is hard enough, but I've been doing it for a while, right? Do you have any idea how hard it is? You have any idea? By the way, I look really sexy in these. Look at this. This is what I fight with. All right, anyway, regardless. It's a lot harder than you think. And again, it's not like a street fight. Street fights are over typically fast. One person wins, the other wins, whoever gets the first punch, whatever. Boxing and kickboxing, and 3 minutes in the ring, you'll be dead, dude. You have no idea. And it's not just being in the ring, you might be fighting and practicing in the ring. The pressure you have from the crowd, the lights, what's going on, the anxiety, it just fucking drains you, dude. It really is hard. Look at what some professional fighters say about the fight. It was a disgrace. The professional fighters, what they're saying about the fight is because they also want to look big themselves, and it's their chance to capitalize on Tate losing and saying that they both suck so they can... Look, fighting is a showbiz. Fighting is showbiz. You know whose opinion I want to hear on the fight, honestly, and I'll be corrected but this guy, if this guy tells me, I want to know this guy's opinion. I'm going to show you someone that really knows how to box. And really has an honest, unbiased opinion. And he was a world Olympic champion. He's a British guy. Let me just try and find him. Tony Jeffries. You show me this guy. I want to know what this guy's. I want to see what this guy has to say about the fight. I want to see what this guy. Look, he's going around asking people if they can fight on the street and stuff. They can't fight. They think they can fight. When they get in the ring, they cannot fight. This is the guy I want to hear. He commented on Jake Paul's fight over here. He commented on Mike Tyson. He was saying that Mike Tyson's going to lose the fight. I want to see him criticize the fight. Tony Jeffries. That guy can fucking fight in box. And he's very good. If you want to learn how to box, that's who I'd go to. Right? It's not easy. People that say it's easy and they think they can criticize, and I'm not against you. Look, Berserker, Berserker, I'm not going against you here. We're just debating. We're having a friendly discussion, giving our views. And I'm giving you my view. I'm not a professional fighter. I used to fight a lot. I still fight today, right? And I'm just giving you my experience because I'm not, how can I put this? I have a trait where I am, even though I am very egoistical and think the world of myself, at the same time I'm humble and know my limits, right? I don't know if you could tell that on YouTube, right? I've been in a lot of fights. Look at his teeth. All these are fake. Losing my lower jaw. I don't have an upper jaw. It's all in the air. These are all fake in one bridge, right? That was from a bottle to the face. And I have been in so many street fights, I probably forgot most of them, right? So, and yeah, I lost a few. but I got up, even after this. So, and believe me, I used to fight in kickboxing. I used to train amateurs. I just used to be a helper, nothing special. And then I did Muay Thai. I did boxing, a little bit of Krav Maga. Then I got into Muay Thai lately. But I train one-on-one. And when you train on one-on-one, you tend to learn fast. But anyway, that's just my views. We can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. But if you fight, it's a very big difference when you see something. Those little shots that it was like, oh, they hit like girls. Yeah, okay. I saw some fighters say that they both hit like girls. And I get it. From a fighter's point of view, that might be true. But those little girl hits that you see, they look shit, but they're very, very powerful. And even if they don't have strength behind them, but once you ever notice how there's like a small little punch like this and it just hits you in the right place and you get knocked out? There's so much shit going on in boxing and Muay Thai. It's crazy. Anyway, I lost $70,000, says Shah, with over 1,000. I told you to get out. I told you to get out. I told you that you had to get out and then get back in once you can. Once it makes sense. You didn't listen to me. I kept on telling you to take profits in Bitcoin. You didn't listen to me. You were in the group and you didn't listen to me, Shah. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. And I think you did good that you left the group because you never took my advice in the group. Like whatever I was telling you, you were not doing it. So it's good that you left. He was in my VIP group, by the way. I love Shah. He's one of my oldest subscribers. And this is kind of like tough love because I'm trying to help him learn. But, you know, it is what it is, man. The dollar is a swing. He likes green dresses when red dresses are selling most. Yeah, well, anyway. So, okay. So that's what I have for you guys. Watch the free webinar that leads to a masterclass, which is free with no signups. That's the best advice and gift I can give you for Christmas. We're still in a range, not a bear market because we haven't broken structure. Waiting for one more push up. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be an extended cycle or not. We'll cross the bridge when we come to it. I'm going by the 4-year cycle until proven otherwise. I love you all. Thank you all. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye. Bye-bye.